bang, you're in this collision and you're wondering, what should I do? You know, the first thing to do is make sure that you're okay and make sure that other people in the collision are okay. You know, if somebody needs health care, you need to help them get that health care. You need to make sure nobody's going to get hurt any further. You know, once that sudden stuff is out of the way, do you want to talk to the police? One of the mistakes we see people make is failing to report a collision. Frankly, there are statutes that make it illegal to fail to report a collision. So if somebody has hit you and is trying to get away from the scene or leave without making sure that law enforcement has been informed, you need to understand that you need to deal with that. Next thing you want to do is get the health care you need, emergency health care, emergency room health care. You know, make sure there's nothing urgent going on. Plan for your follow-up care. Recognize that the emergency room, they're not your family doctor who's looking at your wellness completely. They're looking at, is there a reason we need to do an immediate intervention? Is there a reason we need to admit you to the hospital to stop some bleeding or to set a bone? And so you want to follow up with your healthcare provider shortly after to make sure you get a more comprehensive evaluation of any injuries you've incurred. You then want to call a lawyer. It's always better to get a lawyer involved earlier in the process rather than later in the process, so you can get some advice, guidance, and direction on the right things to do in dealing with the injury claim itself. Right? How do you deal with that insurance company that's on the other side of your Boise, Idaho car accident? If you haven't dealt with them before, you might not realize the things that they will try to do to minimize your claim and to reduce the amount that they ultimately have to pay you. So, you know, obviously another thing you should do in there is make sure your loved ones know what's going on. I mean, probably call them before you call your lawyer, but put the lawyer on that list because it's better to deal with it sooner than it is to deal with a lawyer later. So, you know, if you're wondering what should I do right now, give us a call. We'll be happy to talk to you, provide you some guidance and direction, and help you decide the right course of action for you in your Boise, Idaho car accident claim.